All right, let's get ready to do the podcast here. Test. Everything's in place.
Harland, did you remember to take your magic mind today?
Yes. Look at this. I got my Magic Mind kit right here. And got to tell you, this stuff, it is, you drink this stuff and it just sort of like cleanses your mind. It gives you like kind of that purity, that focus. And holy God, yes, I did have my Magic Mind today, and we are going to kick ass on this podcast. People got to try this stuff. Are you going to try it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. I'm squared away with my Magic Mind, and let's get our guest in here and kick this sucker off. You want to go get the guest?
Yeah.
You're riding down the Harland Highway.
All right, hold tight on the Harland Highway Show.
Harland Williams.
You ever say that? Chuck E. Cheese Pizzeria?
I probably have said that in my life.
Like when you're mad or when you're just for fun? Like, or in bed? Do you ever yell it out when you're making love?
Yes. Not in bed.
You don't make love in bed?
I not when I yell out Chuck E. Cheese Pizzeria. That's usually at Chuck E. Cheese when I'm making love.
You've made love with Chuck E. Cheese? Wow. Which robot? Please don't stop. Keep it going, lover. Right? Yeah, I think I saw you at the one in Bakersfield.
I messed up. I put myself inside the mouth and I didn't know it clamps.
Oh, God. Those rodent teeth. You can wear cans or not. It's up to you, bro. And push that near your sweet, sweet pie hole.
Like that? Is that it?
Whatever you want,
Let's
or
get it from
front, whatever's comfy, cozy for you.
Okay.
And we can start now, or we can sit for a minute and just, feel the energy, or we can meditate. We can make noises with our nasal passages.
Those are weird noises. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was weird. It was like, was that like Morse code?
Yeah. I was saying I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. Folks, Taylor Williamson is here. Wow.
I speak Morse code. No one does that. It's antiquated, they say, but I don't say that.
And just, not for me, but for them.
Yeah.
Could you just tell them what antiquated means? And I know, but not them. Not Johnny Asparagus. There's Carol Lasagna Lips and Billy Tomato Soup Twat. Yeah, he watches.
Wow.
But could you just tell them, I know what antiquated means. I know big words, but they don't. If you could just explain it to them.
Well, it's essentially, the word is like things that are out of date, perhaps. Like antiquated means it's out of date. I could be wrong about this definition. I'm very stressed that I'm using the word improperly, honestly.
No, like antique, right? Antique means old. So antiquated means
it's old.
It's out of date.
So it's like antiqued.
Yeah. Antiquated just means old. Like when you go to an antique store, you don't find anything new.
Right?
You're not going to find a new vibrator or a new butt plug. You're going to find a used one in an antique store.
Right.
You've never bought one of those at like Larry's Antiques down on Melrose or anything?
No. I always buy them new.
You buy them new. Oh, the antique ones are better because they're a lot cheaper.
Wow, I never.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're more expensive though because they were owned by like Abraham Lincoln or something.
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln's vibrator.
Yeah, but they hurt though because they're like made out of wood,
Yeah, they didn't have batteries in those days.
Yeah.
They had to hand crank them.
No, you know what they did? They had Mexican jumping beans inside.
Oh wow, yeah,
So
those
like,
little, those are a real thing.
Yeah.
People don't realize Mexican jumping beans are real.
It sounds offensive and it sounds like you're just saying something terrible.
No,
Yeah.
it's real.
Can I tell you where I saw them recently? That was Morse code again.
Yeah, what was that? Who are you reaching out to? Who are you Morse coding, by the way?
Was Johnny Appleseed? Who's this?
Oh, okay, he watches this. Yeah. So wait, you saw some Mexican jumping beans?
Tucson Airport. Wow. They're just selling them. There's just a stack of them.
Oh, they come in a bin, like you get your own and put them in a bag.
You can buy there's a bin. I don't know if they're like, hey, I don't know if no one's buying them or if people keep buying them. They keep filling them to the top. What do you think?
I don't know, but whatever it is, sounds like you stumbled on a bean bin. Good for you.
But they got a bunch of like live animals inside.
Yeah, there's like a larvae, right? Like an insect larva inside, right?
Something like that. But eventually they die.
Yeah. But I think, isn't it you heat them up in your hand? Is that how it works? You hold them in your palm, and then the larvae inside the bean, the heat causes them to get restless, and then you put them on the table and they start jumping. Isn't that how they work?
That's what my father used to do to me.
What?
Yeah.
Talk to me, guy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, run us through it. So you were in a bin.
I was in a bin. I laugh when I'm sad. It's typical.
It's a reverse psychology trigger reaction.
You cry at a wedding.
Yeah.
And you laugh at a funeral, or when your father holds you in his hands and didn't crush me, but shook it up a little bit.
Yeah, heated you up.
Heated me up, and then then he let me out, and then I jump around.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where the song came from.
Jump around?
Yeah. I get paid every time someone says that.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you the one that does that scream?
Yeah. Yeah.
Your dad had strong hands too, I read on Google.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. There's a thing on Google about your dad's hands, apparently very strong. What did he do?
He was a librarian.
Yeah, lifting all those books, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Calloused hands, I heard he had too, and lots of paper cuts.
Oh, yeah.
Some people thought he wrestled mountain lions. He had so many paper cuts.
Is that true?
This is on Google, guy. This isn't me.
And do you use Canadian Google? Google.ca?
Oh, no, I had .car?
Ca?
Or, CA, ca.
It's not Google.ca?
No, that's not Canadian. That's Google for crows.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pronounced Google.ca.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, crows are smart birds. Second to owls. Owls are wise, but crows are internet savvy.
Wow.
Yeah, Dougal got.
Wow. This is such an educational program.
Well, you know what I like? I feel like we're working in tandem here, which is good because you educated them on what antiquated was.
Right.
And then we shared our knowledge on Mexican jumping beans.
Yes, respectfully. Yeah.
And then I educated you on Google.ca. So it's kind of like it's been a real group knowledge thing here.
This is like PBS. It's like socialist PBS.
Yeah.
That's how I would describe your show.
Pubis. Have you gone through it yet?
No, when does that usually happen?
How old are you?
37.
You got about 2 years.
Okay.
So you're still bald. Yeah. I hit it about three months ago.
Oh, mazel tov.
Yeah, I was drinking one of those when it happened, and I was making love, and my voice cracked. I was like, I just went right into puberty.
Wow. Usually people they become a man first. And
I know.
Wow. So she took advantage of you.
Yeah, Pinocchio syndrome. Yeah.
Pinocchio syndrome.
Yeah. She thought I was a wooden boy.
She probably got you at an antique store and thought you were a sexual device.
Yeah.
Wooden. I don't know.
We better hit this before we get into trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, God. Welcome to the show. We have a hilarious comedian, writer. Is there anything that I don't know about you that I should be saying in the credits?
I was in Canada last week.
Taylor Williamson, writer, comedian, was in Canada. What part of Canada?
Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Calgary, yeah.
Negative 40 degrees.
Really?
Never experienced that in my lifetime.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting because when you walk outside, you can feel your feet start to freeze almost right away.
And
did you spit? Did you spit when you were in the...
No, is that a thing?
Yeah, because it's like half freezes before it hits the ground.
No, I didn't do that.
Yeah, it makes like ice bullets. Like if you see ants, ice ants, they have ants in the winter up there, and you can just and you can kill the ice ants. By the way, that was the theme music, just in case. Sorry,
love it.
I didn't.
Did you play that yourself, or is there a live band here?
No, there's a live band.
Oh. Some shows like Craig Ferguson didn't have a live band, but you got one.
Cheap. My live band's just off to just outside of the camera 2, 3, 7, and 9, and 12.
Wow.
And camera 16, 14, and 23. They're just off to the side of those cameras. Yeah,
Wow.
If somehow they just tilted a little, if cameras could move, if they were alive like Christine, the car from Stephen King, they could turn and you could see the live band. Yeah, great band. Daddy's Got Gingivitis again. Great. They play blues. They do the theme.
Really?
Yeah.
All original work.
Yeah. 12-piece band. 3 drummers. Well, you're going to laugh. Maybe it's not the theme song for you.
But what kind of, are they all like
Yeah.
classic rock drum sets? I don't know what I play
Yeah,
piano.
classic kettle drums. They just play kettle drums.
Do you have a piano player? I play piano.
Yeah,
You already have one.
I have one. We
Wait,
wouldn't
can
want
use
you.
two.
Well, do you have a piano you could bring up next time?
It's hard to transport it, but I got a piano.
Well, maybe go visit Captain Kirk and get a transporter.
You know him?
Maybe I don't. Maybe I never will.
Can I tell you?
Yes, I've been waiting for this. Go. What were you going to say?
It's a bad word you're not supposed to say.
I love bad words, and I want you to say
But I'm
them.
quoting a Canadian.
Bring it.
So when I was in Canada, when I got there, it was negative 40. It's before, the gates to they're not the gates, but the door they open, the door.
The gates to Canada?
The gates to Canada. I'm out of customs,
Oh, okay.
but then the door, then you're outside.
I think that was a bit misleading because you almost made it feel like you walk up to Canada and there's a giant gate. Like, remember when they approached the Emerald Palace at the Wizard of Oz?
Yeah.
And they open that little door. What do you want? This is Canada.
It's like that, but it's just the doors that open
Okay,
automatically.
so what happened?
So I'm using a word I would never use, but I'm quoting a Canadian.
Yeah,
I think it's
go for it.
we're sharing. So I saw a guy, he got off the plane, shorts on, walks outside, no big deal.
Yeah.
And I said, this Canadian guy, I'm like, what do you call people like that? And he goes, retards.
Really?
Yeah,
The R word.
yeah.
How did that make you feel?
I laughed a lot.
You did it?
I don't laugh at. I
Yeah.
laugh at. He said, it was
the-
shocking that he said that, but
yeah.
it was funny, but it's not appropriate, and shame on him.
Well, is it not appropriate? Is it not appropriate because that's what we've been programmed to say? Now, listen, it's not a nice thing.
Right.
It may be offensive, but who is anyone to say what's appropriate or not appropriate? If someone wants to say it, then that's who they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we've all been trained a bit too much. And what that boils down to me is some people get it. They're courteous. They're sensitive. Most people are.
Yeah.
But every now and then you get people that expose themselves for who and what they are. And don't you really want to know who people are?
Yeah.
So to me, it's not inappropriate. It's just like, oh, that's who that guy is. That's what he said. We're all human beings. Words are words. Language is language. He let it rip. And that's life. Nobody died. Maybe a few people were offended, but
I think the guy who walked out with shorts on probably died from hypothermia.
well, that's true.
Negative
40
40
below.
degrees, yeah.
Yeah. You're right. You win this round.
But he didn't. Yeah. But he was outside.
But you got to remember, in Canada, because so much of the year is cold, Canadians do a lot more things in summer wear, shorts, even flip-flops, like all year long. You got to remember, sometimes it goes down to 70, 80 below. And so Canadians, they'll, hey, what? It's not 50 below. Get the shorts. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. When it gets to be spring in Canada,
Yeah.
spring for people in Canada could be 60, 50 degrees. They'll put on a T-shirt and shorts, and it's like, they love it.
I sold more tickets in negative 40 weather than I've sold in years in Canada.
Wow.
Like in Los Angeles, as you know, if it sprinkles, no one goes outside.
Yeah.
People bought tickets, they don't show up.
Yeah.
Negative 40 degrees, everyone's just like, yeah.
Yeah, I was just in Austin, Texas this weekend doing Joe Rogan's club, the comedy mothership, and they had a record break. They declared a weather emergency because it got down to freezing. So 32.
Right.
They declared a weather emergency, and I'm thinking in Canada, I've been walking around in minus 70. Canadians drive around, they wear shorts. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So God bless those hardy Canadians. I wish I was one.
Have you turned your back on Canada?
No, I'm a Canadian. I was just testing them to see if they'd abandon their old friend.
Are you not an American now?
I'm both.
Can you do that?
I'm dual. I speak Canadian and American. Watch this. I'll talk to you in Canadian.
Yeah.
How's it going? How's the weather?
Oh, it's pretty nice outside. How do you feel about that? I think it's a lovely evening.
And then I'll answer in American. Yeah, it is pretty nice out. Yeah, a little foggy, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm bilingual.
That was Morse code for.
Yeah.
I'm just very. I've never been so aware of the weird noises that my.
Yeah.
Normally, I just live my life and people just go along with it. But you give me a look of like it makes me
Yeah.
reflect. I appreciate that.
Well, you're like right at the edge of being a mole person. You know those people that live underground and eat roots and worms?
Yeah.
Like the noises you're making are right at the cusp of mole person.
Thank you.
Underground mole person.
Can I be honest? I'm trying to get cast on one of your cartoons.
Really?
I'm trying to show you the voices I can do.
Let's hear one.
Well, I just did mole person.
Yeah, kind of like noises. Yeah.
Yeah.
How would mole person talk though? You got the noise, but what would the voice sound like? If we're gonna audition you, let's.
Okay. Is this a real audition?
This is real. Like
I'll do it if this is real.
yeah. Taylor Williamson reading for part of mole person and action.
Hey guys, I'm a mole person. I live on the ground and I'm a mole, but I'm a person.
Can you give it a little more bravado, a little more internalized? And this is Taylor Williamson, mole person, and take 2.
Hello, I'm a mole person. I don't know what bravado really means. So here's what I have.
Okay, great. We're going to be in touch. And there's the door. Fuck off. Whoa, I didn't mean that last part.
Was that Canadian or
Yeah,
American?
that was a Canadian fuck off. But I'll give you the American one too, just so we're clear. Fuck off.
Oh, wow.
Well, you need both so you understand. It's hard to tell.
I was on the spot there because it's bravado and internalized. And I'm like, I was just like, how those two things are just, I don't know how to apply those two.
That's why voice work is tricky. You know, people, do you do voices like for real?
I audition for them and then I don't get.
It is such a cliquey world.
I've always described it as cliquey.
It's so cliquey because I got into it just because I have kind of a peculiar voice. Like people say I have a drawl and I talk a little. So I sort of stumbled into the voice world.
Yeah.
And I've had the opportunity to do a lot of stuff, but I've noticed every show I've ever done, it's 80% of the same group of about 20, 30 people, men and women.
Cliquey.
What'd you say?
You said cliquey.
But what'd you say?
I said cliquey back to you because I thought it was a funny word.
Oh, how do you say it? I said clicky. What'd you say?
They all heard cliquey.
Cliquey, isn't that it?
Maybe in Canadian.
Oh, that's...
But
sorry.
it might...
It is. It's in Canada, it's cliquey. Here, it's clicky. God.
But yeah, it's the same people. And they do this, and these people do the same voice. Like one guy does like 3 voices. Right?
Oh, yeah. But it's all like the guy who does SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Like almost every cartoon I've ever done, he's done one of the voices. The guy that does, what's that one? Adventure Time.
Yeah.
It's like you see the same girls and guys that it's a real tight, hard group to break into.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people think it's probably easier to break into getting acting and TV and movie roles than it is to get into the voice world. It's tough.
Yeah, I remember I had some good stuff going on a few years ago, and then I told my my agent, I was like, yeah, I don't want to be doing all these auditions all the time. Can you I asked can I get offers, and then she was very offended kind of, but she's telling me the famous people she works with who are all day sending in auditions for. So it's Taylor, you're not some hot shit because you're doing whatever. Like we have
Right.
like huge comedians and actors who are sending the demo auditions.
Yeah. And I think it's criminal.
Yeah.
I've been to auditions where I'll be sitting there and I'm like, oh, this is an interest. This would be fun to get. And I'll be sitting there and all of a sudden someone uber famous will walk in and I just go, I'm offended. I go, what are the rest of us doing here? You know what that guy's capable of.
Yeah.
Just give it to him. Like I was at a thing once and Kramer walked in from Seinfeld. It's like some comedy part in a sitcom. We're sitting there, everyone's like, oh, I wonder if I'll get it. Kramer walks in, signs in like he's just an out-of-work actor. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I even went up to the lady at the thing. I said, when I finished, I was so mad. I couldn't keep my mouth. I walked right up to her. I said, just give it to him.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even joking. I said, that's the guy. That's Kramer.
Yeah.
Do you not know what kind of comedy that guy has in his toolbox? He's a master.
Yeah.
And you're going to humiliate him? Then make him do this dance? And then
Yeah.
probably not even give it to him?
Yeah.
I went in for a sketch show once. Look, you're getting me all fired up,
I
man.
love it. I love it.
You remember Kids in the Hall?
Of course.
The sketch show?
Yeah.
They sort of transformed sketch comedy, right? It was Second City, Saturday Night Live, and then Kids in the Hall came along. And they were innovative and cutting edge, and everyone sort of said they sort of transformed the sketch comedy scene. And I went into audition for a sketch comedy show, and, it's like, go in, there's like 20 guys, girls. We're all sitting around waiting for a chance to go audition. And in walks Kevin McDonald, one of the main cast members from Kids in the Hall. And I knew him because being from Canada, I actually used to do warm-up for Kids in the Hall back in the day.
How cool.
Yeah, I was even an extra in one of the scenes. This was before I was known at all. And I just went, this is like if John Cleese walked in and you wanted to audition for a sketch show, one of the founding members of Monty Python or Martin Short from Second City, or you don't make these guys audition, but that's the cruel, humbling side of Hollywood that, you think you're getting somewhere. You think you're going upstairs, and they always just make you crawl and beg,
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah. How many years have you done stand-up?
I've done stand-up. Oh, man, I think I've been doing it coming close to 30 years.
Wow. I truly believe this. I think you're the funniest stand-up that's alive on the planet.
What?
Would you say that there's nobody else that makes me laugh like you do, and there's no one else that I rush in to watch?
Dude, wow, thank you. Holy smokes.
I've done this for 20 years, and I'm just like, I get it. People are funny, and I'm like, okay, whatever. But like, every time I want to watch you. Do you disagree? Am I wrong?
Well, I'd be a moron to sit here and say, yes, I'm the funniest. So I have no way to know.
Then you're calling me a moron by saying I'm incorrect then.
Oh, yeah.
So as a Canadian, I feel like
That's impolite.
yeah.
I'll just say, I'll leave it at this. Thank you for one of the nicest compliments I've ever heard. But that's not for me to decide. I don't know what I am. I just know I put it out, and whatever people think, they think. But that was unbelievably nice. Thank you.
Do you want me to list the people who have died who I think are funnier than you?
Yeah.
That make it that easier?
Yeah, please.
George Herbert Walker Bush.
George, the senior?
Yeah.
George Bush, the ex-president.
Yeah, respect.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Thank God he's dead, or I would have been knocked out of contention as the number one guy. Thank God he's dead.
Tupac,
one of his raps, it was like listening to, I don't know, silly symphonies or just hilarious the comedic verbiage that he put together. Like funnier than, like Ice-T's hilarious, but not on the same level as Eminem's, like sort of ha-ha hilarious, but Tupac and Snoop Dogg sort of ha-ha, laugh out loud, but yeah, Tupac, you could hardly breathe when that guy rapped.
Oh, I didn't know Snoop Dogg was still alive. This is awkward. You're the second funniest person alive that I
Wait, Tupac's not
Oh,
alive.
Snoop Dogg's still alive. I forgot.
Oh yeah.
But you get the second funniest.
Second.
person
Okay, so
that's
it's
alive.
Snoop Dogg, then me.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I won't even argue that.
Yeah.
Dude, I won't argue that. You know what? That sort of puts it in perspective for me because I agree. Like when I come home after a long day working at Home Depot in aisle 7, the sprinkler aisle, and then some night at the night shift I'll do the grass seed aisle, but well, you can laugh.
I respect an honest day's work.
But I'll put in a hard day's work.
Yeah.
And you got to come home. You go, how do I unwind? Like, maybe you pet your dog. That's therapeutic. Maybe you'll have a cigar. Maybe you'll make an omelet. But what I do, I'll just put the beats on, sit on the couch, listen to about 2-3 hours of Snoop Dogg and just fucking howl. Like
Yeah.
laugh my head off. That laughter it breaks up a tough day.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought it up because is he one of your favorite, funniest rappers or?
He's one of the funniest people. He's the funniest
Isn't he?
man or woman alive. Yeah.
So funny.
He's from Long Beach. It's that Long Beach. It's in the water.
Is
there.
it?
There's
Yeah.
something in the water. Ian Bagg. He's from Canada, but I think he lives.
Yeah, Ian Bagg. He lives in Long Beach.
I don't know if I'm giving away addresses.
No, I'd
Am
love
I
to put his
doxing him?
address
Am I
out.
doxing him?
No, let's put it out. I think hang on. Ian Bagg, 12755 Danforth Street, apartment 12, Long Beach, California, zip code 97032. Hit him up. Do whatever.
Is that bad? Should we cut that part out where we just gave away his address?
It's called sharing.
He's famous now. It's good. It's good press.
Look,
They love it.
It's like they say no press is bad press is any press is pressed orange juice. No press is bad press.
Yeah. Will you give
And-
away my address?
Sure, I think I have it here. Okay, you're still in Melrose?
Yeah.
572 Melrose Boulevard, right across from Pink's Hot Dogs by La Brea. 10, and key is under the little rock by the gate.
You're not supposed to tell them that part.
Well, okay.
I gotta change my locks. When does this air?
Or you could just move the key.
I could just sell my house now.
I would sell the house and maybe get a new house and put a rock at the end and put a key under it.
What if I put it upside down pineapple? Can I tell you what I learned about in?
What the
Can I tell
hell?
you what I learned about
Talk to me. Here we go.
in
Hang on.
Calgary, Alberta, Canada? You know what they
Hang
taught
on.
me?
Just hit a. Whenever you hit a key thing, like upside down pineapple, go.
The show just started now.
Well, it's a kind of crescendoed. Yeah. What do you got for me?
That means what do you think it means if you have an upside down pineapple outside your house? Wow. Or at the grocery store, you walk around with an upside down pineapple. This is not hijinks. This is real.
Yeah, this is real. An upside down pineapple in Calgary.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say either really bad hemorrhoids or you ran over a frozen cat. What is it?
It means you're a swinger, buddy.
Hey, what now?
A swinger. It means you make love to people who are not your wife.
Did you jump in?
No, but so there's a lot of swingers up there at my shows. Like I talked to one person on the Thursday show. Then every show, I'm like, anyone swingers? Every show, there's at least 7 people who are like, and they're not even smiling. They're just like, yeah,
Wait, was this show at the Blackfoot Inn?
yeah.
You're kidding me.
The Laugh Shop.
Yeah, I did a show there like, oh God, years ago. Me and Tom Green did a show up there together.
Yeah, I saw the sign. No
Yeah.
joke. They had the signs.
I know, we
Yeah.
did it. And I no word of a lie. I was walking to my room one night in between shows because you do 2 shows.
Yeah.
The showroom's right in the hotel.
I stayed at the Ritz-Carlton, but I understand they have
Wow.
some comedians stay inside the hotel. It's convenient. I get it.
It's convenient.
I
It's
have
not a great hotel.
I have to take a limo to Toronto every night to get to the Ritz-Carlton. It's a schlep.
You're living good.
Yeah.
But I was walking back to my room. In the hallway, this gorgeous woman, like beautiful, like Playboy Bunny-esque.
Yeah.
And I guess her boyfriend or husband, who was a very handsome man.
Yeah.
And we she was like, hi, how you doing? And I stopped. I was like, oh, hey, how you doing? You know, what's going on? I said, oh, I'm doing the show down there. Yeah, we recognize you. And Like, what are you guys up to? He goes, oh, we're here for the swingers thing. And I went, what? They go, yeah, upstairs they have like a ballroom thing, and it's a swingers convention. So if you'd like to hang out later, what time you done your show? And I was like, now she was stunning.
Yeah.
If I could have got rid of Lord Galahad, I would have but I couldn't do it in front of another dude. Could you? Have you? You have.
No, I've had the opportunities.
I see it in your eyes.
I've had opportunities, but it's like I've had like the dudes who offer that. I mean, I've had girls offer too. I've turned down threesomes with men and women in different situations.
Really?
Not like all day, but in my lifetime.
In your life.
Yeah, like there was like this one comedy club. Like the guys are like just guys. Gay guys are guys, and they're just like they don't care, you know.
Oh, 2 guys wanted to have a threesome
I've had
with you?
2 guys. I did a show in like Palm Springs, and I used to have jokes that people think I'm gay. It was in my act.
Right.
And I referenced how I'm not gay in my act. But then afterwards, these guys are hitting on me.
You know, in my act sounds a lot like in my ass. And that could have been.
Maybe that's what happened.
Yeah, you might want to.
But guys are such pigs, like every guy, all of us, you know? So like, oh, he says he's not gay. That's code for he's gay.
Oh.
Or he says he doesn't want to have sex with me. That means he probably wants to have sex with me. Like guys can always spin it, you know?
Whoa, and did they spin you?
So the guys, they said they're hitting on me like we just got married, and I was like, I said like no, I'm not interested. I was like, are you guys married? They anyways. Oh no, yeah, it's cool.
Wait, 2 married gay
There's
guys?
a married gay guys who are trying to take me to the room, and then I was like, didn't you see why I talk about how I'm not gay on stage? I'm being silly. I'm not like,
Yeah.
I'm not gay. Didn't you pay attention? You know?
Yeah.
And then they go, come on, you stand on stage like you're a Tinkerbell, and I'm like, oh okay. And then they invited me. Then one time I was at a comedy club in Texas that will not be named. This is servers, and they were telling me they both had a list of all the comedians that they've slept with. And they showed me the list.
Gay guys?
The woman, these are ladies.
Oh, wow.
They both had a list of comedians they've slept with separately and together. And then they offered me to join the list. And I was just like, no, this is terrifying. I don't be on a list.
Was I on the list?
I don't believe so. I wouldn't be telling this story if I ever called that. But you could have been. Were you on the list?
I'm asking you.
No, I don't recall.
Damn it.
But it's weird.
Yeah.
To say like, get away from me both. Like I just.
Well, I see you kind of turning down the guys if you're not a fly boy. But why'd you turn down the girls?
I wasn't attracted to them, and then also I don't.
You ever heard of a light switch? Because all the ugly flies out the door as soon as that light goes off.
Oh, I thought you were saying you turn up the lights so high that your eyes get hurt.
Burn your rods and cones. Sure. You could do that, literally blind yourself, or just turn the lights off.
Life might be a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Though. More threesome opportunities.
Just go out in the lawn, stare into the sun. Okay, I'm ready. Where are you? Wow. Well, at Palm Springs, you got to be careful because you could be pumping gas and you'll get invited into a gay threesome. I mean, that's like Gay Central now, isn't it? Like Palm Springs, that's where they do all the pride stuff.
So much so that they had the term. This guy, like, he said, like, yeah, because I told the story to someone who worked there, and he's like, yeah, he's talking about there's a lot of gay people there, and he's like, yeah, the pink dollar goes very far out here. I was like, the pink dollar? But that's like a classy term they use to describe like gay people economy.
It's also a pancake dish at IHOP. And I'm never ordering it again. I wondered why the syrup was white for that one.
Oh, is that? Oh no.
Yeah.
You should call them up and complain and get like a free one.
Well, I don't want a free one. I just told you. I don't want the pink dot. Is that what it was called?
Pink dollar.
Pink dollar. Pink silver dollar pancake.
I have a lawyer friend, and you ever have like a lawyer friend? It's the best thing to have.
Is he a swinger?
He might be.
Okay.
But like he like it's like I had a friend who like he went to some fast food restaurant. I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
And he bit into his burger and there's a bone in it, and his crown got loose. So I was like, let me call my lawyer friend to see. I'm curious how this stuff works, you know?
Yeah.
Because because he says he's like I contacted them and they sent him some coupons. And like
that's it.
Yeah. And I was like, I have a lawyer friend. Like I'm not looking to like, hey, just take them down, but I'm curious, you know?
Yeah.
And the lawyer guy says that they had, because there would be no case.
Why?
Because bone is a possible thing to be in meat. Like if they had their best intentions, something like that.
Was it a chicken patty or a beef
It
patty?
was a beef patty.
So bone's part of the equation.
Yeah, something like that. So like it's like if there's glass, that's bad news. But if it's
I went one night after doing a gig down here in Hollywood. I went to Taco Bell and I got the burrito, and it's all that soft, mushy like hamburger meat that we love. And I bit into it, and there was a bone, but it wasn't like a tibia or a femur, like a long thin bone. It was like some kind of joint bone where it had the thing, and then there was something going down, like almost like the back of your pelvis or something. Like it branched off. It was almost looked like a bird skull. I was just like, oh, and I didn't eat Taco Bell for like probably 3 or 4 days. No, a few years. Few years.
Can I tell you one time I went to KFC?
Oh, here we go.
I don't want to.
No,
bring
it.
Are you gonna lose a sponsor?
No, they're on board. They're on board.
But I bit into a chicken leg, and there was a bone in it.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It was like long, and it was
all the
like-
way through the leg. Oh God.
Yeah.
You poor thing. Did you break any teeth?
These I don't want to make it sad. I know this is like a silly show, but these are all veneers.
Wow.
But I got them to be slightly crooked, so they seem natural.
Yeah.
You know, they offer you that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can get anything nowadays. Similar story. I don't want to steal your thunder.
No, please.
I went to KFC once, bit into like a big fat chicken breast, and there was fucking skin all over it, like crispy brown, golden. I think I'm not a cook, but I could swear I detected like at least 11 herbs and spices in that skin. And it chipped 3 of my teeth.
I'm so
These
sorry.
are veneers.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry for you too. You know what I like when I have a guest, when we have things in common? Because then it's not just a podcast, it's like a bonding.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is veneers bond,
Yeah.
and we're bonding.
Whoa.
No, it's just, this is like a simpatico, combiescence.
If we had Pierce Brosnan here,
You pierced your what?
if Pierce Brosnan was here, talking about his veneers.
Oh my
No.
God. What if Ben Vereen was here talking about his veneers? Vereen's veneers. Sounds like a window shop down on Melrose. Melrose 21409 Melrose Boulevard. Ben Veneers Veneers. You know, gang, we have Taylor Williamson here, and what a delight. Can I tell you what a delight? Before we get into anything else,
Yeah.
this cat does comedy. You originally know him from, I think The World got introduced to you on America's Got Talent, and you married Heidi Klum for a few years, and then that fell off. But now you have a new stand-up comedy special. I want to get it out because what happens with my podcast, most people dump out. They bail out after about 4 or 5 minutes. So let's get this promo out because we got a ways to go.
I should have left. I'm sorry. I did it wrong.
No, it's okay. I do a nice long one, but most people leave wisely. But tell us about your comedy special, and we'll circle back around to getting slammed in Palm Springs.
So yeah, I was runner-up on America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
And one time I was at a burger shop, and then you told me you watched it, and that was so special to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if you even recall that, but that was a big deal to me. Before I didn't really know each other. And
Yeah, that's right.
I was just like, Harland Williams just told me at a burger shop.
I remember,
It
yeah.
was really cool. And then
You did really well on that show.
it meant the world to me. And so I got runner-up, and then now I have a stand-up comedy special.
Yeah.
My favorite jokes. It's called Taylor Williamson Live at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube.com.
Okay.
And
Is it free where they
it's
go on for free? Okay.
They can watch it for free. It's my favorite jokes. And if you watch till the end, there's a clip of me doing it my first time on stage when I was 17. So it's a little cuteness at the end.
Yeah, cute teaser.
Yeah. So, but you can skip to the end, but it's rude if you do.
Yeah, don't do that.
But I would love it if people
watch it and then subscribe to your channel too, right?
Yeah, tell a friend, share with your friend. It makes a difference. It's really nice. People
What's the name of it?
Taylor Williamson Live at the Comedy Store.
Live at the Comedy Store.
And I'm on social media at Taylor Comedy. If you
Taylor Comedy.
There's links to all the things, That's
Dude, how long's the special? An hour?
I did 30-ish minutes.
Okay.
I was just like, I thought about doing an hour. Self-finance special, and I'm just like,
oh yeah,
it's like confusing because like, should I do an hour, a half hour? I feel like I'm in sincerity. I've been doing this for 20 years. I feel like I'm reintroducing myself to people. Like, this is who I am.
Okay.
I've had this America's Got Talent fan base for a long time. I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
But I want to reach Harland and Williams fans,
Yeah.
All these special artists. I want to get a whole different fan
yeah.
base. So I'm like, let me just say, hey, here's 30 minutes.
Yeah.
See if you like me, and then come see me on the road if you do.
That's smart.
I'm on tour and stuff. I don't know if I did it right or wrong. But
I think you did it right because I think because of TikTok and Instagram, people have a much shorter attention span. I think people are less willing to dedicate more time to things now.
Yeah.
I think a half hour is a good sweet spot.
Yeah, and I think when I hopefully get a big fan base again, then that's when I give out hours, maybe, and I or sell hours ideally,
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know, but maybe the game now is a half hour stand up, and then every year and a half hour crowd work special. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, like give people what they want and like don't go crazy. I don't think a new hour every year is necessary. It's really, but I have this thing that I know I would imagine you have. I'm just assuming.
What?
But it's just artistic integrity, like a lot of people are putting out specials every more than once a year, and it's madness but a lot of stand-ups, and they're not wrong for this time period we're in where it's content. The people I talk to who are really killing it, they're like, don't overthink what you post. Content, it doesn't matter how good it is, just content.
Oh wow.
And I'm like,
it should matter how good it is.
I think so, and especially a stand-up special. So like, not to be all dramatic, but this is my favorite jokes, and like I'm really proud of it. And,
good.
But I want to only put out stuff like that for stand-up.
Yeah,
at least,
I agree, man.
A clip is a clip, and I still care too much about those, But
and here's the other thing: as we dip deeper into this technological AI world, I think everything we put out is going to have a second, third, fourth, fifth life. Like, I think long after you're gone, any comic or entertainer, musician, actor who has any bit of notoriety and has any type of fan base, I think they're going to be reinventing all of us as digital images and digital characters. And like, I think we're just at the beginning. So I think we have an existence. Our creativity will live on in perpetuity as we go forward.
Wow. Yeah.
I think so. I mean, I don't know if you just saw Dudesy just put out a George Carlin special.
Yeah. It made me sad.
It did?
It actually made me sad. I love Will. I'm not judging him for it's his thing,
You just you didn't agree with what it was?
I clicked on it and it made me very uncomfortable and sad.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this. I watched some of it, and it's still as advanced as it is. Like, holy shit. It's still not as refined as it's going to be.
Right. This is brand new.
So there's going to be a day, and I don't think it's going to be that much farther than where we are now, where a George Carlin special that's sort of not perfect, has a lot of imperfections, will one day be probably indiscernible from the real thing. And maybe then it'll be something you'll like more. But my point is that someday it's going to be you and me.
Yeah.
And so you either got to embrace it and hope for it to get better, or then, as we just talked about, bad stuff will get out and they'll put something out that's sort of half-assed of you and me.
Well, what's funny is like my ego is like, I hope they never do that for me. But then if I'm in heaven or hell, wherever I am overseas, I'm like, they didn't put me in. I'm not being ripped off. There's no podcast that's using my dead comedy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not suggesting that we get ripped off.
Right.
I think we will arrive in a place just the same way now you get royalties if they play your bits on satellite radio or terrestrial radio.
Yeah.
We get royalties just like musicians do if their song's played. I think when all this stuff sort of starts to form and come together, anything they play in perpetuity, that money's probably going to go somewhere. We're probably going to have to will it. we're going to have to add an amendment to our wills that, hey, anything made in the next 7,000 years, give it to the World Wildlife Federation, give it to children with no legs, give it to, whoever, or give it to my family members, give it to my kids, and then they get to pass it on, or give it to comedy school. You know what I mean? So I think look at Elvis. Elvis has been gone, 40 years? And he makes millions and millions of dollars every year, and this is pre-AI.
Right.
Just off his image, his songs, his music, his likeness. I mean, he makes more money than most musicians in a year, and he's been gone 40 years. So I think that's going to happen to us because it's so much easier now. You can make a Taylor Williamson special with the press of a button, and it'll make one in probably 45 seconds.
Yeah. Have you gone into the AI and said, tell me a Harland Williams joke in this style?
Yeah, baseball? I did it at Howie's studio. Howie has the little, I talked about it on this podcast, and it did it. And it did a reasonable job.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a 2.
Yeah.
It told like four jokes with a topic I gave it and sort of in my voice.
Yeah.
I thought it would be a 2 out of 10, and it was about a 6.5, 7 out of 10. And this is where it's in its infancy. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited by it. A lot of people are scared by it, but I'm excited by it because let's face it, when you get into show business, one of the things you want, I think one of the secret things we all desire is that instead of just dying and leaving this earth and being a gravestone in a graveyard that nobody goes to or remembers, somewhere, somehow, we'll be seen down the road by decades and decades of people, and maybe even make them laugh, maybe even inspire them,
I love that. I can ruin it for you if you want.
I was hoping you would.
When I put out my first album, I said to my roommate, Sean Perlman, he's a comedian, writer guy, and he writes on a bunch of shows now. But he says, I said to him, do I put out my first album? It's 10 years in. I was like, do I do my best stuff or my B-sides I'm retiring? You know what I'm saying? Do I retire stuff I don't do anymore? Or do I do my best stuff in case I die tomorrow? This is what lives for the rest of its time.
Yeah.
So I chose my best stuff, just in case I die tomorrow. It's my legacy.
Good. Yeah.
But I'm like, this will live forever. Then he's very next level, and he says, well, maybe nihilist is the word. Maybe antique. He's an antique. That's not the right antiquated. Oh. But he goes, yeah, it'll live forever until the earth goes into the sun, and then nothing exists.
Right.
So I have that struggle with I want to have a legacy. What's my legacy? Then but also the world's gonna end. But they maybe want on Mars.
Well, that's what you have to. You have to keep imagining that human beings and technology in our existence keeps traveling and merging into the future.
Yeah.
Not only Mars, but maybe other planets.
Yeah.
Or maybe even a manufactured planet. Look at the Death Star in Star Wars.
Yeah, no joke.
That wasn't
right?
a real planet, but it looked like one, and it was a floating community, and it would probably be safer than a planet because you can control it. You can control the air conditioning and the heating, right? Mm-hmm. So who's to say if me and you bounce back here in 4,000 years that there aren't 7,000 floating planets that were made in Pittsburgh?
Right.
Or made by Tesla in one of their giant warehouses. They just fabricate the pieces, put it together like an IKEA.
Yeah.
Turn on the AC and the lights, and whenever they need solar power, they just float closer to the sun, charge the solar panels that are covering the whole enormous thing, and we're in floating cities.
We've thought about this.
No, that just came to me now. But what I'm saying is,
no, but why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
And it's, it's perfectly reasonable to think so. I mean, if they have a space station that's been floating up there for the last 30 years? So what's to say they can't make one that's quadrillionth the size? And, the non-gravity does all the work. You don't have to, once it's up there, you don't have to keep you could probably have little rocket boosters that keep it in its orbit.
Yeah.
And you could fly as close to the sun or as far away as you wanted from the sun to recharge. Maybe every year it just goes, okay, we're going to charge, and then,
Wow.
And there could be instead of countries, we have floating planets. You know, I mean, there's so much ahead. So whatever your friend said, I respect it, but it's limiting.
Right.
There's no barrier to where we can go and what we might become. Things we haven't even imagined yet.
Yeah.
Like that thought I just gave to you, I hadn't imagined it till right now. But someone listening might be going, oh, screw the little balls floating around. We're going to be like, there's going to be a giant blob covered with electric icicles and what, you know, the stuff that's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, I always say this. I was like, you know, 250 years ago, they were crossing this country in wagons, and now we're in Teslas. 250 years isn't a long time, but if you brought a pioneer back, you know, from one of the wagon trains and dropped him in Central Park or in Times Square today, they'd probably think they were on a galaxy a million miles away.
Yeah.
Electricity, neon cars,
Yeah.
phones. What are these?
Yeah.
So anyways.
No, I love it.
Yeah, I think, you know, people can get really down and scared by all the stuff coming, but I think it can also just as easily take us to places that we haven't imagined. And you're always going to have a bad existence and a good existence, no matter what it is, you know? Like there'll be bad things. You're like, okay, you know, like today, it's like, there's too much social media and it's too much input. But somehow it's part of the big picture, I think, you know? Like some force somewhere gave us the ability to do all this. And most of us don't understand it at all. I think let's say this is all people. I think this many people like this. Do you understand one thing about this?
No.
You know, you can talk, like I could call the other side of the planet right now
Yeah.
on this little box in my hand. It's not connected to anything.
Yeah.
Somehow I could call someone in Australia right now. I could FaceTime with them. They're walking around somewhere. What? This isn't connected to any. Look at this. How the fuck?
I know what an iPhone is. Yeah, I
Right?
understand. Yeah.
None of us know what it. So it's just going to get nuttier and nuttier.
Can I tell you? I love your positive attitude about all this. That's good
Yeah.
energy.
I think you need it.
Yeah,
Because
everyone I talked to is like freaked out. What is
They're
this?
freaked out, but you
Yeah.
can't stop. We're a snowball rolling down the hill of life,
Yeah.
and we're not going to go rolling back up. So you might as well get on it and embrace it, you know, and just go for the ride. And there's stuff that's gonna be amazing, and there's stuff that's gonna be shit like always. But that's humanity.
Yeah.
The question is, do we survive it all? And we have to get out of here because the sun's constantly expanding. The Earth's gonna burn up in like a few 100 billion years or whatever. This planet's doomed regardless of what we do.
Right.
You can't stop the sun.
It's a few hundred years, a few thousand.
No, billion.
A billion.
It's
Oh.
like, yeah. But it's always getting bigger and moving closer. So one day, Earth will just be incinerated. And people who believe in global warming, well, whatever you think the cause is, guess what? That big ball in the sky is getting closer and expanding, so that could be part of it. But anyhow, and it's like, don't be afraid of the unknown because it might bring a trillion great things too.
I mean, AI could be amazing. It could cure cancer.
Yeah. AI could get you your first threesome.
Yeah, I've turned down those things. But can I tell you, in Calgary,
Here we go.
there was
Swinger time.
so a couple, and I had a conversation with this couple. I was like, would you this couple on the side stage? I go, I'm make very clear. I'm like, don't be silly. They told me the swingers. I was like, don't do a bit with me. Just be sincere, and we'll
Yeah.
have a fun talk, but be sincere. And then they go, oh, we have our friend from our swinger. One of our girls we swing with is on the other side, and then someone behind them that they swing with. I'm not joking. They were in a
It's a
group.
lot of swingers.
Swingers that they'll know each other. Then I go, would you swing with me, miss? And she goes, yeah. And then I go, are you being sincere? She's like, yeah. And then I'm like, what about, I don't want him here, respectfully. Like, I prefer he's not there. Is that okay? He's like, yeah, I got work to do. And I'm like, so we really could swing tonight if you want to. She's like, yeah. And I was like, this is weird. I can't.
Really?
But I wasn't attracted to her, though.
She ugly?
I like the lights on. See, that's the thing. I don't need.
Maybe do it at the Motel 6. They always leave the light on.
Do they have those in Canada, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, you don't want to have an orgy at 40 below zero.
Maybe that's the time though. Maybe for the safety, to keep it warm.
I don't know. You're just gonna get stuck together. I mean,
Did you work in I'm not trying to. Did you have a job in Canada where you were like in a public service of some sorts? Did you work? I'm not gonna say were you a Mountie. That sounds derogatory.
well, Mountie, swinger, same thing. I worked as a forest ranger for a while.
Right?
Yeah.
But doesn't that sound like a racist thing to say to a Canadian? Like, hey,
What?
were you a forest ranger or
No.
something?
I don't subscribe to the word racist. People get labeled racist for anything and everything they say, to the point where that word has no meaning anymore.
What if you hate short people? You're not racist?
No, because they're not a race. They're just people that are short.
What if you hate triathlons?
Well, that is a race. Fuck, you got me.
Thank you.
Damn it. I am a racist.
You hate race? You
I
hate,
hate
triathlons?
triathlons. Fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't know it. I illuminated you about outer space, and you let me know I'm a racist. That'll explain. Yeah, I was.
This is why people leave, because they find out about this. I should leave.
No, I was at one of those 400 meter, like the baton passing thing. You know, where they pass the baton. What's that called? The 400 meter at the Olympics last time, and
You were there.
yeah, and I was just like yelling, and flipping them off, and fucking assholes, go home, run back to where you came from. And I went, fuck, now I realize I'm a racist.
Yeah. And some of them have to, like, they can't run back because it's a different continent, so it's like extra offensive.
Wow.
You're telling them to run through water. And some of them might be allergic to water, so that's offensive also.
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit.
Racist piece of shit.
Oh,
Wow.
man. Is it freeing, though, to just acknowledge it?
It sort of is nice that you helped me find that. Yeah. Really nice.
I still care for you, though.
You do?
Yeah.
Thank
I was
you.
gonna invite you to Boston to run with me in a marathon, though. So I feel like it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I might need to take some classes or something, like at DeVry, to get through my racism. But give me a year.
Okay.
Give me a year, and let's look at it in a year.
Okay.
See if I can get through this.
No commitments. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dipping back to this technology thing just for a sec.
Yeah.
Because I like that. Do you think we're living in a simulation? Do you buy into this whole we're living in a simulation?
No, but I do have weird things happen, and then I have to go, this is too weird, so I just disassociate from it, because I'm like, this is
Like
weird.
what?
I mean, I get sleep paralysis. That's another conversation with a demon. You see a demon while you're awake. You wake up and there's a demon that's like holding you down and you can't move. That's another conversation. But like I'm talking about, like you think of a song and then it plays on the radio.
Hold on. I don't think we just want to glaze past a demon's holding you down while you sleep.
Yeah.
Let's uncover that one a bit.
That
Yeah.
was a side subject.
Yeah,
though.
that's not a side subject. That's Rosemary's Baby. How about that? What the hell are you talking about? You're held down by... So you have been to the Motel 6.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
What's this?
You know sleep paralysis, yeah?
No. I mean, isn't that when you're asleep? Aren't you paralyzed anyways?
I think so. It's something to do with all this. You're sleeping.
Okay.
There's something that when you're sleeping that keeps you from moving or keeps you from sleepwalking.
Okay.
And then there's something that doesn't happen. So then, basically, from my understanding of sleep paralysis, I'm wrong. Most of the things I say are slightly incorrect, ranging from slightly incorrect to very incorrect. So I just want to say I'm not a doctor.
Or maybe not ever talk at all. Wow. Well, just trying to help you, guy.
No, you're right. That's why I learned Morse code, honestly.
That's it.
Yeah.
You should go join the bush people and the bushmen in Africa.
I thought you meant the bush people in Texas.
They talk with clicks. You ever seen them?
I have seen that. Yeah.
You'd be great because you're always wrong when you speak in any known language, and you already do like the nasal cavity noise.
So you might as well be wrong in a different country.
Join a tribe. Just be like,
That's a good documentary. Just go do that and see where it takes you.
yeah.
Would you finance that for me?
I'll buy you a coach ticket to Africa.
Would you?
That's about as much as you're gonna get out of me. Yeah.
Okay. I think that makes it more interesting.
Yeah. It's got to be hard checking in for that flight. Where are you going, sir? Will that be coach or first class?
But you sleep, you're
Yeah,
asleep,
and a
then,
demon comes?
So then you wake up, but you can't move.
Because there's a demon holding you.
So sometimes there's a demon. So I've a sleep paralysis that I've had. If you Google sleep, have your producer pull up sleep paralysis demon?
Hang on. Hal? Yeah, look that up for me.
Yeah.
It's just one of my producers.
Yeah.
I have 7.
Wow. Look at you.
8. We have 9. We have 9 producers and 63 cameras. So anyways, the demons come.
And then usually just one. But if you Google sleep paralysis demon, it's the same one that I see that other people. It's the same one that I see when I Google it.
You've seen it?
I've seen the demon, but then you Google sleep paralysis demon, old hag syndrome. It's a whole thing.
What's the demon look like?
It's I'm gonna I'll show you.
Yeah.
I'll
Is
show
it
you
scary?
It's a scary lady.
Ooh.
And
Yeah, let's see the sleep demon.
but like I've asked doctors about it and stuff, and it's just very normal. It's like, but like I can't handle that. It's like no big deal. But
It's normal to have a sleep demon.
yeah. And
So normal that this is the first I've heard of it in my whole life.
I'm surprised. It's old hag syndrome is just a colloquial name for sleep paralysis, a common sleep disruption.
But an old lady appears at the.
It appears when your mind wakes up while your body is still in temporary paralysis of REM sleep. And
So why don't you just listen to a different band?
but
What's she look like?
she's not attractive. Like I wouldn't have a threesome with her. She's not attractive.
You wouldn't?
No, not even with the lights off. But this is like a
Yeah, you're already in the dark. What the?
It's a blurry version of her.
Guess she's blurry. You've got sleep eyes. Holy God.
Yeah.
Jesus, let's look at this, folks.
Yeah. It's not great. It's not a great. Every couple of years, I get that whole thing.
God, looks sort of like Phyllis Diller. Oh.
It's not my favorite. It's absolutely terrifying, honestly.
So you've woken up and she's been straddling you like that?
It's like there's like here's another picture like that.
Hell? Oh my God.
You're gonna have people who comment and they're like I've had this happen to me.
Look at this. She's got like a horse skull. That's a horse's skull.
Yeah, but like you've never woken up and you can't move, and then you have like a demon on top of you.
Well, there was that one girl I picked up at Chuck E. Cheese one night.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
scary, dude.
It's the scariest thing on the planet. Last time I had it was during COVID, and like, but
Whoa.
it's like augmented reality. Like I'm not like someone who believes in like a lot of things.
So
know?
you think maybe she's a glitch from a digital existence?
No.
Okay, you just think she's like a dream state type of thing?
Well, like the rational, I have to be rational that it is. So I'm answering your question. Like
Yeah.
you think I'm in a thing. That kind of stuff happens. And I'm just like, this is the scariest thing that's ever happened to me ever. Like when it happens, you know? Also, like I don't sleep with my appendages over the legs. I've been woken up by something grabbing me. Do you ever have that?
Wow, dude. Where's your apartment, Chernobyl?
I have a condominium, a townhouse. Thank you.
Dude, that's
In
frightening.
Chernobyl.
How often does this happen a year?
My neighbors are Russians, and it's a whole thing.
Whoa, bro.
True story, but I haven't had it happen since pandemic time.
But how many times a year would you say the demon
I
lady
haven't had it happen in about 3 years, but once every 2 years maybe. And it comes from poor sleep hygiene is one of the things that you know about sleep hygiene.
No.
Seems like something Harland Williams would be vouching for sleep hygiene.
What's that mean?
don't look at your phone before you go to sleep. No electronics around your eyeballs. Proper sleep. Drink lots of water.
No, that
Sleep at the
doesn't.
right time every night.
That doesn't really exist for me.
So like comedian life, where you're like you stay up till 5 a.m., take a flight, sleep for 4 hours on the plane, arrive in the hotel. I've had it during the daytime. I've had it.
Holy, that's terrifying.
Yeah, it's not often.
Is it always the same lady, or is it different like versions of her? Is it always the same face and the same like? Does she know your name or anything? Does she speak?
Yeah,
What'd she say?
just like Taylor, you know. I've had whispers. Again, it's I'm making myself.
Dude, I think you might be having an affair.
I've had it happen like 7 times, but I've had like a whisper in my ear. I've woken up by
What'd she say?
Taylor Williamson. That's my name. It's the scariest thing in the like. I've asked like, do I have like schizophrenia and stuff?
Yeah.
And then the doctor's like, no, I have sleep paralysis. It's fine. I asked Dr. Drew about it.
What'd he say?
I even asked Dr. Drew about it. He just
What'd he
laughs at me and says no. He's like, it's very normal. He's like, yeah, that's sleep paralysis. I tried to explain to him. I think I have schizophrenia.
Dude, why don't you write a horror movie about this?
I think they have one coming out actually, but not like they own sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then why don't you write a romance movie about it? I mean, you got a chick coming to your bed every night, like, let's go. Get rid of your dating apps. Fuck that.
That's the funniest thing ever. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
She just took my headset off. Did you see
I
that?
saw that. It slid all by itself. Or it could be your hat. You have a Waffle House hat.
Oh, I meant to say, like, I dressed up for you. I've never dressed up for a podcast. I don't know if you
What
can
do you
tell.
mean?
Well, Harland Highway.
Oh, damn.
respectfully.
You're like sort of trucker mode.
I got a Waffle House hat.
Yeah.
That, like, it looks like it was cool. I got it. I did a podcast and they gave it to me.
I love Waffle House.
I got Josh Wolf's podcast gave me a free hat.
What?
I'm excited for whatever merch I get from your show, but I got a free hat from that one. But I can't wait to see what I get from your show.
I'll probably give you some sleeping pills so you can have a fun night with you know who.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
But I'm dressed like I'm driving a truck. You know.
What's the T-shirt? Is there anything on the T-shirt?
No, it's just like
Just black. But have you been to Waffle House?
yeah.
Do you love it?
It's all right. It's like kind of gross and silly.
I love Waffle House.
I don't feel like they have the best hygiene there. They don't have good sleep hygiene or wake hygiene.
Yeah, that's true. It's a bit sloppy.
Yeah.
But I like it because I always romanticized being a truck driver.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just like I think it's the comic in me, the open road, no boss, just like
The lounge
broad horizons, you know,
lot lizards.
lot lizards, and then you just, you pull into this greasy spoon, and all they have is waffles, and there's a griddle, and it's small, and there's something about it I like. Yeah.
But do you know about the lot lizards?
What's that?
I learned this from bus drivers. Like they have like tour bus drivers.
Okay.
You know, like at truck stops.
Yeah.
Lot lizard is the derogatory term for ladies of the night at the truck stops.
Lot lizards?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. They're the ones who go, hey, you looking for a good time? The truck driver's like, yeah. Wow. Wow, lizards.
Imagine you're making love to her and she starts molting, like her skin comes off. Her tail falls off and it's still wiggling. God, lot lizard, huh?
I'm teaching you so much.
Yeah, you are teaching me a lot
You're
tonight.
teaching me a lot, though. You changed my life, maybe.
I did?
Yeah. Because I had a depressing point of view on things, and now I have an
No.
optimistic point of view on
Yeah,
things.
always be optimistic.
I'm going to go have some threesomes.
Have some threesomes.
Yeah.
Maybe have a foursome, invite the sleep demon. He looks like she's already there anyhow.
She's around. But she's been gone for 3 years, though.
She'll be back tonight. Sorry, I didn't mean it.
No. No, please, no.
Well, it's too late.
I don't wish it for anybody.
No,
honestly.
dude, that's frightening.
Do you think I'm weird now?
Now? No, that's a real thing. People have night terrors. I was on a tour bus once.
Yeah.
I was with a band, and we had like bunks. Everyone had bunks, and we were like all sleeping. The bus drivers rolling through the night, And we woke up at like 3 a.m. to some of the worst screaming I've ever heard. Like it sounded, if you could picture someone being murdered and tortured all at once, it was the most horrified screaming, like high-pitched girl scream, but it was a guy. And we all woke up and we were free, and he wouldn't stop. He was just like, and he screamed in his sleep. He had night terrors, they call it. And he was screaming like the worst screaming I've ever heard in my life. And it lasted for about a minute. And he finally woke up and he was just like, oh, and we were like terrified. So I get it, man. People have this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that one. I don't have that one. That's embarrassing.
You will.
I have woken up. I've had 2 of these where I wake up, I go to sleep with my shirt off, you know? And then
That should keep anyone away.
and then I wake up with a sweater on. I've had that
Oh,
happen.
so you're visited by Richie Cunningham. Wow. These happy days are yours. Old reference.
And then one time I couldn't find ice cream, and then I found it in a cabinet. So like in my sleep, I must have put ice cream in the cabinet. So I think I sleepwalked like twice.
Oh, wow.
But I don't think that's my thing though.
Yeah, sleep.
You have like 45 cameras. Can I borrow one from my bedroom?
Would you like one? Which one would you like?
I like that one.
Oh, 42? Yeah, you can have that one.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
But for now, we got to do words from a wooden shoe. Do you know what this is?
Okay, let's do it.
What we do is do it with all our guests. Taylor Williamson, we pull out a Dutch clog, and it's an authentic Dutch clog. We reach in there, you pull out a word, and see if you have a story or a memory or something from your life that relates to the word or is inspired by the word. What do we got?
Drunkest ever.
Oh, here we go. Here we go, guy. Let it out.
I just told you in Morse code.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bakersfield?
Can I tell you a story about you real quick?
Sure.
I go off on tangents.
Yeah, tangent me.
When I was 18, I got the host of the Improv, and I got to bring you on stage, and I go, what can I say about you? You know, I'm terrified. Like, I'm nervous. I want to do a good job.
Okay.
I'm excited to work with you. And then you say, he's Jimmy Waters from Bakersfield. Right? Am I correct? That was the name?
Could have been. I use different
Yeah.
ones all the time.
So, but I'm like, I don't know if you're fucking with me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if like you're telling me to do that, then I'm gonna get fired for doing that. Like I don't. Then I go like, okay. It's like,
Yeah.
But then also seriously, what did I call you? Jimmy Waters from Bakersfield.
Yeah.
So I go on stage. I'm like, this is Harland Williams. I'm like a child comedian. I'm just like trying. My first time hosting at the Improv, and I'm just like, give it up for the next comedian, and give it up for Jimmy Waters from Bakersfield. I was dying. I was
Really? It freaked you out?
Yeah, you intimidated me.
Oh, no. Yeah, I get a lot of that from guys. Like MCs, they're like, really? You want me to, like, they get freaked out. And I'm just doing it to have fun.
Right.
Because I don't like credits.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why I do that. I go up by different names all the time.
It's so funny.
I go up as, my latest one is Wally Wipeout
Yeah.
from Fresno or Bakersfield. And I do it because when you go up by a name, there's associations to names. There's attachments to names.
Yeah.
But when you go up by a fake name, and to me, the forum of stand-up is it should be free, no barriers. And so when I go up without any type of attachment at all, I'm just this floating, free, funny spirit.
Yeah.
I think of comedy as almost a spiritual ride up there.
Yeah.
So if I don't have an identity, I can't be corralled.
Right.
And so anything can happen, anything can flow. I'm almost like that night terror lady floating onto the stage and just letting it happen.
Yeah.
So even though it sounds weird, there's a method to the madness. And I think a lot of MCs have done, they go, what's Harland doing? He's really? Like it gets them all confused. But I have a real reason why I do it.
Yeah.
And I love it. You should try it one day. It just totally like, it's almost like if you saw a dog running around in a yard, but then all of a sudden all the fences fell down and there was no fence. Or titles and names, for me at least, constrict me a bit.
Yeah.
So I like going out and just especially, and not only going up as nothing, but also creating a name, like a funny name.
Yeah.
Because to me, you go up there, it's about being funny, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm being introduced like Wally Wipeout, or I've gone up like Luke Skywalker's pencil case and C-3PO's daughter, Carly Simon's grandson, like I'm already laughing. Like my comedy spirit is already percolating because I'm laughing. And then it's sort of fun to hear a stranger have to say it. And then it's also fun on a third level to see the audience receive it and not know what it is. And so I'm already on my journey to the stage. I'm already in comedy world in my head.
I like you said spicy.
Yeah, it creates the aura of funny versus here comes Harland Williams. And it's like, okay, everyone knows I know Harland. But when I'm another guy, well, what's Wally Wipeout going to do up there? I don't know.
Yeah.
So I like it. It's very freeing. So apologies if it messed with you, because I think it does it to a lot.
But now I bring up at the Comedy Store and I love it.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Once people know, but there's no ill intent. There's no intent to sabotage anyone else. It's purely just my own way of starting the comedy button before I even get up there.
I love it, and I don't take it as that at all.
Yeah,
But
I could see it as your first time being a little like, what the fuck do I do? Yeah.
And then, but you are known for giving out wonderful advice to young comedians. I hope you know you have that.
I am?
I got great advice that someone got from you once.
What was it?
Secondhand.
Oh.
This guy, I think, who told me? Maybe KT Tatar told me like 20 years ago, or 18 years ago or something. He says, Harland Williams told me, try something new every time you go on stage.
Yeah.
And there was like a while where and it's a good lesson for me to remember right now talking to you.
Yeah.
Like, I should do that. Like, try it with the mic out of the mic stand for this set. Try it with the mic only in the mic stand. Try it. There's probably something else you could do different. You know?
Yeah.
Like, try starting out with a new joke that you never told before.
Yeah, always shift gears. Yeah.
But like that's why I watch. You're the only comic I want to watch every time.
Jeez, man, thank you.
I want to switch this out though.
Oh, because you don't drink?
I'm not a big drink. I don't have a good story.
No worries.
But like the word is like I don't want to be like a bomb of a.
No,
thing.
this is the first time anyone's ever put one back. No.
Save it for someone. You didn't put it back. You have to put it in a separate pile.
I'll put it back later.
What does that mean?
You'll see.
You make like a voodoo doll out of it?
What do you got this time?
Well, we already did this one.
What is it? What is it? What's it say?
Scared shitless.
Oh, okay, put it back. Let's get another one. Let's do number 3.
We just did it twice, kind of.
Yeah. Let's see which one we want to put back this time. Oh, what is it? Oh, no. Let me guess. Floating planets made by men? Is that what it says? Yeah. What's it say? You know, this shoe is about to go for a long walk without you in it. What is
It says embarrassed by dad, but I have an estranged father.
Let's try again. This is really not for you, but we're going to keep going. Here we go. Don't look.
This is fun, right?
Yeah, this is good. This is good.
Most exotic place.
Is that a keeper?
It's a little triggering, but you know.
Are we good? Did you want to? Are we good?
I think so.
Okay, most exotic place, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, talk to me, bro.
I've been to Parkston, South Dakota.
Wow. Is that where the Mount Rushmore is?
No.
Okay, so not that exotic.
I got hired to perform for a company that makes grapple forks and rock buckets.
Wow, the Flintstones? Whoa. What? That's the most exotic place you've been?
I mean, what does exotic mean? It sounds like
That's how you interpret it.
I've been to it's a small town. I'm trying to think of I've been to Japan.
You can stick with South Dakota. I'm not going to change it. What, was it South Dakota? Or was it? You pick it.
Could go back.
Yeah, let's do another one. Yeah, I agree. This time I agree with you. Yeah, get in there. Get in there.
Can you just hold it out for a second?
Yeah, maybe even look at it this time. What? Yeah, maybe even look at it this time. What? Yeah.
Sexiest thing to you?
I think we know, but go ahead.
What do we think it is?
Well, I think we talked about it for the last hour. Threesome in Calgary, but you know what? Here, let's just get you a fresh one.
This is the one I just had.
Why don't I just hand you a dictionary or an
There's
encyclopedia?
nothing else in here.
All right, we're going to switch gears, gang. This is another game we do
I'm not done yet.
where you pick a word. We each pick a word.
Wait, did we just skip it?
Well, there's none left. So we're switching gears.
Wait, I could talk about something that's sexy to me.
Well, we're going to do that because guess how this works?
But is this a replacement for that game?
Yeah, you burned it out.
Okay.
So let's see if we get through this one. This one
Okay.
might be more in your gearbox since you're a swinger.
Okay.
This one, we each pick a word.
Yeah.
We put it together, and it creates a new sexual position, and then we have to describe how it works. So you're a swinger. Reach in there and grab one word. Don't look. Pick one word.
I'm going to be talking about this in therapy, I hope you know.
This is your therapy. Yeah, nice try. Okay, I got one too. Now we're in this together. What's your word?
Satan.
Is it really? Yeah. Oh my God, you are horrible at this.
I'm bad at picking.
Oh, mine's elf.
For the record, I could have answered. The other one was tree.
It's too late, guy. You can't go back. Wow. 10 minutes later. Yeah, it's tree.
I was just like, what do I got for it?
Well, the Satan elf, what kind of position is that? I think for me, the Satan elf is when you're with your partner, you put on the electric blanket, you heat the bed up like max, you max it out,
Yeah.
and then you do it from behind,
Yeah.
and it's aggressive,
Yeah.
and you hold on to her, the bed's like steaming, you grab her ears, and you're pulling so hard, you actually stretch them so they point like elf ears. And when she goes to work the next day, it takes about 4 days for them to shrink back down. But you've been like behind her. You're doing the Satan elf. The bed steaming, the heat from the electric blanket sort of loosens the ear tissue. And you're holding on for dear life. And you like pull those ears. They point. And people at work are like, oh, Satan elfing last night, Agnes? Yeah. That's
Right.
my interpretation of it. Yours?
Wow. Okay. I'm going to go little by little. Is that
Yeah,
okay?
please.
Step by step.
Yeah,
And it becomes
do
a
it.
whole thing.
Yeah.
I would say it's kind of Twilight Zone Satan, okay?
Okay.
Nice guy. Nice guy.
Thank you. Oh, this is part of your thing.
So
Okay.
Satan's seemingly, it's a role play kind of thing.
Okay, great.
So
You're on it.
So it's a nice guy, seemingly
Yeah.
nice guy, and a little person
Okay.
who's actually a nice person,
Okay.
but a little gullible.
Gullible.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Satan goes, "Hey, if you build these toys for Santa, I will make love to you."
Okay.
And then so the elf role play.
Yeah.
You're looking at me like I had 10 years to think about this.
No, this is good. This is from the mouth of a swinger.
So then you got to build some toys.
Okay. The elf.
The elf, but you got to chop down trees.
Okay.
Tree.
Tree. Yeah.
And then I got a tree one now.
Yeah.
So anyways, so that you build the toys.
Yeah.
And then you build some amazing toys. And then you go up to Satan, you're like, "Hey, so we're going to fuck?" And then Satan's like, "I'm not going to fuck you. You're an elf."
Right.
And then you're like, "I'm Satan. I lied to you."
Oh, wow. So that's the
Yeah.
Satan elf. It's almost like a, what's that stuff before you, you have sex? It's called, what's it called when you want?
Pre-cum?
No. when you before you like all the warming up stuff.
Oh yeah.
What's that called?
It's called a foreplay.
Foreplay. So it's almost like a foreplay. Satan gets you all greased up, thinks he's gonna elf slam you, and then he doesn't.
Yeah, but it's really mean. And then he got toys out of it.
Yeah,
He got wooden toys. So he's just like, I don't need you. And then he calls up some swingers and he makes you watch.
And what better place to have wooden toys than down in hell, where it's constantly fired?
Oh, then no, that's it. I'm making an addendum.
Well,
I'm gonna do an antiquity to this.
okay,
if I may.
add an antiquity.
So then he takes the toys that you spent like maybe a month building so that you could make love to him, and he burns them in front of you, and then he fucks your sister.
My sister.
Not you. If you
have a sister, all the sisters.
No, then he fucks Harland Williams' sister.
Sister, yeah.
Yeah.
Finally.
I think that's creative.
I like that.
Because people are into the ASMR is popular now.
Yeah.
Unboxing videos are really popular.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like sexual kinks out there.
Oh, dude.
I don't want to get vulgar, but have you ever like made love to yourself to an unboxing video?
Wait a minute. Made love to myself?
Yeah.
Like
People like these sexual things on YouTube, like
unboxing? Like, I guess it depends what they're unboxing. Right?
well, it's to each his or her own.
But my short answer is no, I haven't. Have
Right.
you?
Not yet, but like I was just thinking that could be a thing.
That could be a thing. Like
Yeah.
someone opening a blender and you're just like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, well, lots to think about here, gang. Taylor Williamson. And, buddy, will you plug your stuff one more time as we slowly fade out? What a visit. Thank you for coming.
I feel like we did good.
Dude.
Taylor Williamson, do I look at you?
Look at me, but then slowly segue to camera 97 to your right.
So
Start with
to
me.
my right.
Yeah.
So my comedy special is on YouTube.com. It's called Taylor Williamson Live at the Comedy Store, and I'm on tour. I'm gonna be all over America, Oklahoma, Arizona.
Too far.
Washington.
Swing it back. Camera
Swing it.
97. There. No. Here we go. Right over. Over this way. This way. There you go. Right there. Finish it out.
TaylorWilliamson.com. Links at Taylor Comedy. My dog's at Betty the Puppy Doggy. Taylor Williamson Live at the Comedy Store. You get it. Harland Highway. Check me out on Harland Highway.
Are you going to be on it?
Yeah.
When?
I just was, but you should rewind and watch it again.
Oh, we just did it now?
Yeah.
Dude.
Be honest, like in the spectrum of like all your guests, like in the top 50.
Probably the top swinger I've ever had.
Yeah?
Yep.
Thank you.
And I know you like to be on top.
Can I keep this?
Yeah.
Will you sign it for me?
Wally wiped out. Taylor, thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you, man. This is such a joy. You cracked me up. I'm crying.
Oh, what a treat. I had a blast. And check out Taylor's special on YouTube.
Yeah.
And go see him live. Check out all your dates are on your website, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the website again?
TaylorWilliamson.com.
.com. Go see this guy, whether it's in Calgary or wherever he may be. And, dude, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, man.
You're welcome. And until next time, everybody, you've been on the Harland Highway podcast. And until next time, chicken chow mein, baby.